Hello and welcome to Our Waking Dream. I'm your host, Coco Swanson. I'm a spiritual strategist, mentor, and forever seeker. In this show, I bring a basic astrology lesson each week, deciphering one theme or a layer of themes that we can distill down to beginner friendly, ideally. So let me know if this needs to be more beginner friendly, because this is about you. We'll distill a theme moving through our collective subconscious, which is what astrology points out, it creates a map. And then I'll go over a few different practical tools rooted in energy healing, somatic release, and different wisdom traditions, or just my whimsy and play that's the culmination of all of my studies over the last 3 decades and feels like forever as a soul. And so we'll go over a handful of practical tools that hopefully help you really just help you in whatever your intentions are and whatever you're here to learn. This week is a big week. It's August 31st. And on September 7th, we have a full moon total eclipse. That feels like, it's that alone. If we have a full moon total eclipse, that's like big astro week. You know, it's what's going on with the eclipse in your chart. A layer of astrology that's important to know is that each thing I talk about, each layer of like this full moon in Pisces, that full moon in Pisces will land in your chart differently than it lands in the next person's chart, in my chart. And so I don't know what house anything falls in your chart because I can't see it. So you'll look for the general themes. Where are these themes alive in your life? And you can be a detective without knowing that much about your specific astrological chart, but maybe you do already. Also, I still have half-hour free consultations. Come and get them while they last. I'm doing a certain amount per week, so just message me if you want me to take a quick look at your chart. Okay, let's enter in to the full moon in Pisces with a little breath, a little dropping in right now. What happens, even if you're listening to this and walking or driving or whatnot, and you have to have your eyes open? What happens if you allow your breath to soften and allow your awareness to shift from your thought forms into the spaciousness of observing your sensation? What's that like right now? Because that little mini moment of dropping a thought form and shifting your focus and your attention into the sensation, it's really the sensation of energy flowing through your body. That practice itself embodies what this eclipse is about, which is, well, this said, there are many ways of talking about this eclipse. I'm giving you the Coco version. We decipher the living metaphor differently. It speaks through me as it's meant to, and it speaks through every different person with astrological knowledge differently. So to me, this is a time where we balance spiritual wellness with practical daily work. Practicality, spirituality. That's the Virgo. It's a simplified way of looking at the Virgo Pisces axis. Full moon eclipse in Pisces. Okay, let's backstep a little bit. What's an eclipse? An eclipse is when the full moon or the new moon, the moon, is near the nodes. There's a full moon or a new moon near the nodes of the moon. The nodes of the moon point to our karma at the moment, so a place on the chart that we all would benefit from cleaning up any karma. Another way of looking at that is a point on the chart where it indicates where we might need some reconciliation or to review our habits within that sign. And so the south node, for me in the northern hemisphere, I think of the North Star as a guiding navigational point in the sky. So for me, remembering the North Node, I just switched it. The North Node is like the North Star. So the North Node is our Dharma, that which if we do in the equation of astrology, if we do the tendencies, if we learn and we explore and we trial and error in our North Node, our destiny levels up. Yes. Does anybody want a destiny level up? Yes. Would anybody here listening like different outcomes for your life and the world? Like, I would love to break some of my lifetime patterns of relationship and habits. I would love to experience an earth that reconciles some of its deep, dark patterns of suffering. This is a time for that. Eclipses are times where it's like, here, I'm going to play a game for those of you that can't see me on film. I'm putting my hands over my face. Well, no, here, I'll smile. So I'm smiling. I put my hands over my face. This is the eclipse. Well, the eclipse, it's like everything goes away. And then when my face comes back, it could be doing something entirely different. It's like the silliest. It's the reset button. It's the reset button that allows, like, when it's dark for that moment, or when the light shifts in that moment, is an opportunity at a soul's level to level up. Eclipses, the window of time, 6 months before the eclipse and 6 months after. Some eclipses really land big. And I've noticed that when eclipses bring about huge change in my life or somebody I'm working with's life, it's because it's making big aspects to something that's going on in their chart already. So say the eclipse is on your North Node or South Node, or say it's in a square to your sun, or say it's just any relationship that the eclipse could be in your chart will either magnify what it's here to offer or kind of shrink it. So it's, how's your life right now? If things are feeling a little wobbly and there's a lot of loss and confusion, this is Pisces signs. Entering in through Pisces, we enter in through loss, through surrender, through the surrender of a thought process or a relationship or a job. So return form back to formless is Pisces' power move. Well, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. That's where the North Node is. That's where our eclipse is. That's where the full moon on the 7th is. And it's happening during this overarching time of retrograde where Saturn, Uranus, the big planets that cause generational era shifts are moving backwards right now. So it's even bigger opportunity. I just need to point out one piece. On September 6th, Uranus stations retrograde. So this moon is you can expect kind of the unexpected. And if the unexpected happens, even if it feels kind of ouchy, which it might with Uranus, allow yourself, if you can, to celebrate that as a sign of a good sign of something changing in a way that aligns with universal truth, with your soul's truth, universal truth. That's what Uranus brings, is a grand awakener. So if a planet station's either retrograde or direct, it can be kind of clunky, especially if you're a big planet. And so it sure is, well, it really might be a full moon eclipse that's like, whoa, I didn't expect that to happen. And so all of this said, I know I've already dropped a couple practices in here, but this moon, I'll go over the practices that I planned on teaching. 1, Pisces. If we're surrendering a form back to formlessness, that really, another word for that is death. It's what is needing to die, what idea, what relationship, what job, what perception of how the world should work, what you fill in the blank. What is ready? What are you ready to let go of? Or what is the world kind of telling you? Sometimes it can be a stark, like, oh, I wasn't ready for this to go. Or Pisces, it can turn from a real pure atmosphere into a poisonous atmosphere. Or it can turn from like beauty into sickness. It's like, what's sick right now? What is ready to be released as a form of a gift to that? And how much time, love, and care can you spend letting go, feeling the feels? And how do you let go? Pisces is an incredibly spiritual sign. I mean, it is spirit. It's a return to spirit that comes back at the end of the zodiac and whoosh, into the birth canal, into Aries. So before we tip back into Aries, so to say, what is ready to be released? How do you release it? How do you authentically release something? For me, I need to have it on the forefront. So I need to be aware that I'm releasing something. I need to be aware and create space, time. How do you spend your time, your energy, and your care? Those are resources that we were given here. I don't need any money. I don't need anything external to offer my time, my care, my love. And when I offer my presence, my love to something or someone or anything in need of transitioning, and I offer it my song, I might chant, I might dance, I might pray, that allows for a graceful release back to source and the most reconfiguring to happen internally, so I am available for whatever is destined to move and be born through me and us again. The second practice I suggest is gratitude letters to the dying. I know this sounds a little down and out. I'm telling you, the more we embrace that which is ready to be released, the more we will level up together and individually at a personal, professional, and planetary level as we move through this time together. So, gratitude letters to what is dying. To spend time knowing that what we focus on grows. So if I focus on what was gross in a relationship, what went wrong, what's poisonous, what felt thumbs down, blah, that which I need to vent about, and that's what I let go of, that's what my last attention's on. That's what repeats. So what if everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end? My power is in how I honor the lessons. Like I was meant to, like I came down to earth to learn lessons. And sometimes I learn those lessons in hard ways. So I honor the lessons and then highlight what I'm grateful for. It's like a proper celebration of life or a funeral for whatever relationships or ideas or anything that's dying. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And think of how it was when it first began, what you loved in the honeymoon phase of whatever it is that you're letting go of. And write a letter for that. Dear such and such. And it can be like, dear idea that this is how I thought the world worked. Or dear this relationship. Or dear my relationship with my body. Or whatever it is. Dear government of blah, blah, blah. And then we honor to clean out the closets. Because ultimately, Pisces is about vibe. Once we let it go and we come back to vibing, which is practice number 3, we have this gorgeous opportunity to clear out these repetitive patterns and give them away. And then, practice number 3 is to get vibey. And it's not like Coco vibe over here that's like dancing and singing, unless that's your authentic groove. What and how do you authentically connect in to your soul, to divinity? How do you? I can drop examples. It's how do I raise my vibe? I raise my vibe through micro resets throughout my day in which I drop out of analysis. That's just the key to any time I want to drop into my vibe, drop into my energy and increase it. I can use my brain to think of something so wonderful that it makes me like effusive, overflow, bubble up with joy or peace or that which I would love to proliferate. The vibe that I would like to feed the world is what I want to be cultivating. So what would you like to be feeding the world? Maybe yours is less exuberant, but more is about this deep sense of peace or this place of security, internal security. Gosh, the world could really use that. Or maybe you're like me and you really do like to cultivate ease and joy and play. How do you cultivate your vibe? And how important is it in your life to do? Because this full moon eclipse and this whole year and a half with the North Node in Pisces points to the fact that might be very important, that's the power move. So we have to be aware of what's causing the vibe to lower, to allow a mini death rite through acknowledging our feelings about that which is changing and letting it go. And then, oh yeah, whatever vibe you want instead. And that's what you share with this. I'm open to change. Open to change. And then you vibe, because the vibe is what directs the change. I let go of all the details. I'm open to change. And this is how I invite my world and the world to feel. And then you groove. Yeah. Or you breathe a breath of peace. or you hug a tree, or you go on a walk. What is it? What fills your cup? And that's what we want to do over the course of your life. And in this week with the Pisces Full Moon Eclipse on the 7th, we have a huge leveling up PowerPoint opportunity to do. Okay, that's it for this week. Now that we've got the vibe going, I'll just keep the groove, keep the dance. Dancing really helps my vibe, like little mini dance breaks. I'm curious to see what helps you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. If you are here on Apple Podcasts, please leave a review. Thank you for that in advance. Share this if you're connecting in with it. If you're over on YouTube, that's a great place to dialogue with comments, and I am checking them and dialoguing back. It's brand new. Okay, thank you. Big love. Mwah. Thank you for being a part of our community here at Our Waking Dream. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Fill my cup and let it overflow. Let it overflow with love.